calling all book nerds, I repeat, calling all book nerds, which is obviously you if you're watching this episode. So, I'm Avery.
I'm Dalton, and you're all nerds. And what Audrey's about to say is a lie.
Yeah, my name's Arav, and you're nerds, but it's fine because I am too, and I'm awesome.
I'm Mason, and you're a nerd.
I'm Audrey, and I'm your favorite.
I'm Karthik, and I am possibly second favorite, and also, I know
vote
you're a
Karthik favorite.
nerd. I know you're all nerds, but we are nerds too. So this episode is for you guys.
Actually, Karthik, that's me. I'm Avery. Wait, I already said that.
So today we will be doing book talks.
All about books.
Wahoo.
All the books.
Wow.
Go Power
so
Rangers.
I will be talking about Percy Jackson, which is Percy Jackson finds out that he is a demigod, so then he goes to this camp with a ton of demigods who train to become better demigods, and then he finds out who his dad is, and
Goes on
Yes,
quest.
there you go.
and he has to go save the world.
Who's it written by?
Demigods.
Who's that?
It's written by Rick Riordan.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, Percy Jackson is based on Greek mythology. So if you're a fan of that, or if you're wanting to get into that, I definitely recommend it. It is what got me into reading mostly.
You're
So,
not a
yeah.
true nerd if you don't like Greek mythology.
Oh yes.
Honestly, though.
Okay. This is Arav, me. I'm talking about a book called They Both Die at the End. Warning, this book does have mature content. I don't want to get sued, so yeah. It's by Adam Silvera, and it's about these two, so it's in this, I wouldn't really say dystopian. It's a cool, I guess, thing.
Future.
So there's this thing that, it tells you when you're gonna die, and, these two kids got the call on the same day, and yeah, and then they met up, and yeah.
They're like, hi. So, you're gonna die today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Same.
Like,
Same.
you're gonna die today. If you don't want to die today, just press 1. And if you want free pizza, press 2.
Oh, I'm pressing 2.
2 it is.
I like pizza.
I love pizza. Yeah, ask your parents before you read this book.
I'm pressing 21.
So yeah. 21, 22, so.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll be talking about this really obscure book series that no one's ever heard about, and I guarantee it. It's called The Trials of Morgan Crow. So it basically follows this kid who is decidedly cursed and brings bad luck to everyone she ever meets ever. Oh my god, Arav. And anyway, she's set to be executed, and it's not really a dystopian future, it's more so fantasy. She's set to be executed, but she's rescued by this mysterious person who says she's not actually cursed. And so she goes to this magical new hidden world called Nevermore, and yeah, the story goes from there. About her just trying to find her way in this new world and realizing that she's not cursed, and her existing isn't necessarily a bad thing. This book is pretty kid friendly. It's if you're a fan of Harry Potter, I'd recommend it because it is really similar, but also quite different. It's also Australian, so Australian Harry Potter. What more can I say?
Nice.
Hey,
Moving on.
go kill a giant spider outside.
Alright.
Most
Always a bait.
stereotypical Australian accent I've ever heard.
Big in
Okay.
Australia.
So, if y'all like murder mysteries, this is a book for you. This has mature content in it, so ask your parents before you read it. And there's this app that you can like look up a book, and it tells you. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh, hey, go kill the kangaroo out there.
Moving on from the Australian, keep going.
So, yeah, you can like look up a book, and it tells you all the bad parts, but that's good too. But
Move on.
So it's about this girl named Pip. Her real name is Peppa. And I know it sounds like Peppa Pig, but it's fine.
Pip the Peppa.
Hey, no spoilers. I'm only on season 2.
I've been
But,
watching that show since day one. Peppa Pig, I salute you.
Oh yes, it's a wonderful show, by the way. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
So
It does
Nah,
have
Dora
mature
the Explorer
content.
is better.
Okay,
Must
moving on.
warn you, Peppa Pig
so
has mature content.
she is in high school. She's a senior in high school, and they have to do a project that shows their passion and what they want to do in college. So she chose crime investigation and journalism. So she is reinvestigating a crime or murder that happened in her own very little town, and
Oh, Harry, there's another murder out there.
okay.
Just
And,
let loose an Australian into that world and he'll take care of the killer.
Oh yes.
Your wizard mate.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's actually a really good book, and she sees how this story haunts her town still, and everyone says, "Oh, it's the boyfriend who murdered Annie," and oh, that's the girl who got murdered, by the way. But
Spoiler alert.
well,
Not really.
it's
Not
in
really.
the summary.
Moving on.
Leap.
So
She doesn't believe that's true, so
yeah,
she sets out on a
so
renegade to find the
she-
true victim.
She
Villain.
goes on this whole investigation. She falls in love. She makes new friends. She finds out all these secrets, and the author is Holly Jackson. I love her books. This is actually a series. There's 3 main books, and then there's a novella, which is just like a separate book, and it's usually short.
Okay, so my book is Lord of the Rings. It's kind of like a mix of Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. So it's set in this fantasy world, and then hobbits go on a journey to save their
Oh,
world.
Harry,
Is
there's
it
another hole out there.
Wait, is it a
A
mix of
journey
the
to save
Australian
the
one or the regular one?
What?
Hold
The
up, hold up,
Australian
hold up.
Or the regular?
Is
The
no one
regular.
is no one going to talk about how he just said the Lord of the Rings was a mix of Harry Potter and Percy Jackson?
Those
Oh,
are like
mate, I think a bit strange.
It's like it's
Yeah.
fantasy. It's
Yes.
a fantasy
Wrong.
book.
Old bloke in it.
I mean,
Well, it's a fantasy book. It is
just say it's,
It's
like
kinda
a
like both of
prequel to. Oh gosh, I'm
Prequel
blanking
to
out.
The Lord of the
sequel
Rings.
of
Yeah,
the book.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact about Lord of the Rings, by the way. J.R.R.
wow.
Tolkien, who is the author of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit,
Yes.
he basically said, "Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write like a 1,000,000-page book combining combining all 3 Lord of the Rings books into like one book, and I'm gonna try and publish it." So he
Wow.
goes up to his publisher. He's like, "Yo," and the publisher is like, "First of all, go get therapy, you troubled soul, and second, you're going to have to publish it in 3 parts if you do want to get it published, and you're gonna have to write a prequel or like a children's book that comes before that." And he said, "Okay," and that's how The Hobbit was created,
Oi,
by the
mate,
way.
there's a troubled soul out there.
Oh no.
Oh god. Okay, so anyone want to do honorable mentions, and can I go first?
Okay, sure.
Honorable mentions it is. So we have been talking about
What
Greek
about
mythology.
me?
In a minute, Avery. I'm the favorite. I'm joking.
No, her book is an honorable
No,
mention.
Karthik's the favorite. I'm second favorite. Audrey, you can be third favorite.
That's sweet.
No.
Except
Top
I'm the most
Okay,
favorite.
honorable
above one.
mentions. So I'm gonna be discussing The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and her books are really good. There is like mature content in it, so maybe look it up on Goodreads or like just whatever you guys do. I don't know.
There's mature content out there.
Oh my god, Dalton. Anyways, it's basically a retelling of the Iliad through the eyes of Patroclus, who is a character in the Iliad, and it's just the story of like the Trojan War and how that affects him. And it's a really good read. So yeah, you should read it. It's Greek mythology, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Greek mythology. Greek mythology.
Again,
Oi, mate,
Read
there's
Percy
Greek
Jackson.
mythology out there.
since they forgot my book.
We apologize.
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
Okay, so my book is Words on Fire by Jennifer Nielsen. So it's like a historical, like a historical novel, kind of. So it's about this girl that lives in Lithuania in like the late 1800s, where
Oi, mate, there's Lithuanians out
Alright,
there.
moving on.
Australian again.
Okay, moving on.
So anyway, she she really wants to read these books, but they like made books illegal in Lithuania in this book. So she can't read them. So
Ooh,
she
there's
went
a
around.
dystopian down there.
No,
Kind of like
no, there's
dystopian.
not.
I do.
It's historical fiction, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I just said that. So, she would like go around like distributing these books, but she eventually got caught.
So it's the story of just her and Thank you for listening. Books
Wait, there's
Good
police
way
out
to
there.
end this.
and
Bye,
read books.
nerds. Bye, book nerds.
Bye,
Bye, nerds. This episode was-
Ending out there.
There's an ending out there.
Harry was awesome. My book was the best one out of all.
No, it's not. Mine is
Okay,
not.
bye guys.
I don't know, like,
Hope you enjoyed today's episode.